Most of the families whose loved ones were killed in Nova Scotia's mass shooting are boycotting the inquiry tasked with investigating what happened. They and their lawyers aren't participating in public proceedings for 2 weeks after the commission has allowed several senior RCMP officials to testify by recorded video without live cross-examination. And a warning, there is some strong language in this report. Here's CTV's Heidi Petracek.
There were plenty of empty seats at the Mass Casualty Commission's first day in Truro after a boycott by many of those whose loved ones were killed in the April 2020 tragedy.
It's total bullshit. I'll call it what it is.
Nick Beaton, whose pregnant wife Kristen was killed by Gabriel Wortman on the second day of the massacre, says the commission is failing.
When these three get hired on that have the power to subpoena and ask any question in the world to anybody, and they're not using it, and they're scrubbing the words before they come out.
That after the commissioners decided to allow 2 senior RCMP decision makers to testify in a recorded video interview, answering direct questions from commission counsel only. Any other questions submitted in writing to be asked at council's discretion.
2 of the most critical RCMP members who assisted with the response in Portapic are being kept away from our clients.
Our clients don't want to be used as pawns, lending legitimacy to the process as if we're in agreement with how this commission is being run in that regard.
And they're not the only ones. Several other lawyers of family members and their clients say they too will sit out this week and the next.
We feel that if we're going to be marginalized to this extent, there's really not much point in us being here to participate in these 2 witnesses.
The commission insists accommodations don't keep it from doing its work.
We will not allow accommodations that prevent the commission from gathering necessary information.
And commission lawyer Emily Hill says the inquiry doesn't have any other requests in front of it at this point in time.
But if we receive those requests, we'll deal with them in the same way, which is to think, how can we ensure that we get the best information?
Not what Beaton and his lawyers want to hear. In a search for answers, they say the inquiry is only making harder on them.
My baby, my wife are gone. Nothing's going to change that, but I'm trying to stop the next husband, father from having to go through the same thing.
And we will see another accommodation for testimony in action here tomorrow, but it's a bit different. Staff Sergeant Al Carroll will testify via Zoom instead of being in person here in Truro, although that will be part of public proceedings. Stephanie.
Thanks, Heidi. CTV's Heidi Petracek reporting in Truro.